As you know, this week is Catholic School Week, and we celebrate so many great saints in this week, including we had St. Angela Merici, St. Thomas Aquinas, St. Don Bosco. We remember St. Julie Billiard and so many of the other great saints dedicated to education. St. Louis School in Lowell was founded by the Sisters of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin 111 years ago. And it continues on today with the same mission and the same desire to serve. At that time, it was mostly a French population, and now we have a very diverse population from people all over the world. We're led by our principal, Vina Troianello, and we have such a wonderful representative of students here today from our school, as you can see. Education really is so central to our faith. Jesus is teacher, Christ the teacher. And we see how he formed his disciples by his words, by his example, by his life. The theme this year for Catholic Schools Week is learn, serve, lead, and succeed. Learning is not just a matter of memorizing things. It's really a matter of being inspired to learn. As Plutarch said, education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. We want our students, in the context of where we are, to be excited about learning, to be happy in learning, to desire to continue to learn because it's a lifelong learning that they're beginning. Service is so important. Everything that we do is rooted in prayer. They begin their day in prayer. They end their day in prayer. They're nourished by prayer throughout the day, but we're always mindful of those who need our help in our own community and throughout the world. Mother Teresa said about service, at the end of life, we will not be judged by how many diplomas we have received, how much money we have made, how many great things we have done. We will be judged by, I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was naked and you clothed me. I was homeless and you took me in. So everything that we do is not an end in itself. But even in this point in their life, our students are so involved in service to the community, service to each other from a faith perspective. Leadership. Leadership is something that is developed, even at very young ages. We have many student leaders in our midst. But leadership is also something that we want to teach them how to lead as servant leaders, not as dictators, but as people who build up community. And that's very much a Catholic and a Christian theme. Someone once said, if you want to build a ship, don't drum up the men to gather wood, divide the work, and give orders. Instead, teach them to yearn for the vast and endless sea. We want to excite in our students future possibilities, even as we're forming them today. And success is so important, but success has to be understood in the midst of growing, learning, building. It's not just about achievements, it's learning when we make mistakes. It's learning to be persistent. It's learning in the midst of successes and failures to keep going. Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. We try to provide our students with a very safe, nurturing, loving environment so that they can learn. Mistakes are not fatal, they're opportunities for further growth. So we thank God for this day, this opportunity to pray with you, to worship with you. We ask you to pray for us in our school, in all the Catholic schools, that we will continue to live this mission entrusted to us in the important work and life of the Church.